Body of lies, that's what we've been faced with this last week, so I thought it'd be useful to consolidate in a video what is actually known about the Xbox One and about the PlayStation 4, the actual confirmed facts, because after the Xbox One release conference there seemed to have become a bit of a witch hunt about how bad the Xbox One is compared to the PlayStation 4, but it seems now that a lot of the features of the Xbox One are actually just going to be in the PlayStation 4 as well. So I'm going to tell you what's confirmed, what isn't confirmed, and then you can probably better judge for yourself. Before I get onto that though, just a couple of other quick channel related things. This gameplay here, obviously using the RPK with the heavy barrel foregrip, is a pretty beast setup to be honest. Thought I'd also just tell you where I've been the last couple of days. I did write this on my Facebook. If you ever want updates on things more regularly than on my channel, when videos, especially DayZ, are going to be coming out, then do follow my Facebook. It's in the description. And there will be quite a lot of updates on that in the near future, because DayZ, the standalone, is of course in alpha now. So things are moving. However, as I was saying, on Thursday I had an operation on my knee. Under a local anaesthetic and some sedative, and if anybody ever offers you sedative at a hospital, just take that stuff, because you don't have a care in the world after they've given it you. But I had an operation like keyhole surgery on my knee, just to repair a bit of cartilage. I damaged it when I was in a scrum playing. I used to play a lot of rugby at school, and that was a weird death right there. But my knee got bent the wrong way, kind of the direction a knee should never get bent. And if I hadn't had this extra operation now, then it could give you arthritis when you're older. But it hadn't really affected anything, you know, as I'm sure you know, I play a lot of golf, go swimming a lot, so it didn't really affect much, to be honest. But I obviously don't want arthritis when I'm older, so had to be fixed. That's why I haven't been playing much Metro, and apparently this guy has as many lag bags as I have. If anybody knows how to fix that, I would absolutely love to know. But I have got one last bit of news. Trust me, it has been worth your while. I'm giving away an Asus GTX 660 Ti to whoever designs the new topper for the YouTube One layout. So basically in about 8-10 days time or something, YouTube is going to force me to switch over my channel to the new layout, which I don't like as much because it feels like it's got less personality, but I figured it'd be quite cool for you guys to design that for me. So if you send me in your designs, and I put instructions in the description, and I choose to use your design, then that's what you'll get. If people send in designs and I don't like any of them and I don't use any of them, then obviously nobody gets it. But if I do use your design, that is what you get for making me that. So instructions in the description, as I said. Finally though, what you actually came to the video for. Comparison between the Xbox One, which I'm going to abbreviate to the X one because I'm just that cool, and the PlayStation 4. Firstly, which is more powerful? A lot of people have been saying that the PlayStation 4 is 50% more powerful than the Xbox One. That's true to an extent, but I doubt it will ever be 50% more powerful. Reason being, it's got faster RAM, the PlayStation 4. That affects things like popping distance. If you've ever played Grand Theft Auto on an Xbox 360, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. PlayStation 4 also has a faster graphics card, but what largely determines how well a game performs is actually the drivers, and that really only affects things like frames per second. In terms of beauty and textures and things like that in games, basically, when a developer produces a game, they'll produce it for the Xbox One, and then the PlayStation 4 might be able to sort of get slightly higher frames per second in it. And that's it. You won't really see, I don't think, any sort of physical difference between a game on the PlayStation 4 or one on the Xbox One. Secondly though, mandatory Kinect. Now this has been confirmed. You will have to have the Kinect plugged in. Now if you think that looks like an ugly ass thing which is going to sit on top of your beautiful flat screen, then unfortunately the Xbox One is not going to be for you. Because even though you can turn off the Kinect in the options, it's still got to be connected up to the Xbox One for the Xbox One to actually work. Even if it isn't supported by the game, which seems kind of a weird thing to me. I mean, are they sort of spying? Why would you need that? Unless you're actually spying on people as they're sat in their living room. Because of course, you might turn off the camera, but how do you know that the camera's actually not on, broadcasting you back to Microsoft? You don't know, and that's one of the things which might worry some people. Thirdly, every game that you buy on the new Xbox and PlayStation, you will have to install before you can play it. Very similar to how PC gaming is. You'll get a single-use code which you put into your Xbox Live account or whatever, and it will verify the game, presumably by connecting to the internet, and that will let you play it on your Xbox or your PlayStation. Now obviously this is going to be nothing new if you've played a PC game in the last couple of years, because Steam, Origin, they all kind of work like this with this single use connect to the internet to verify kind of code. It does stop cheating, and it just means that the PC gaming market is supported. The problem with the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 is that they might stop you from going onto a friend's PlayStation or Xbox, logging in there on your account and playing the game there together. And that is essentially how Microsoft Sony want to take a slice of the second-hand market by preventing that, because letting you do that at the moment is what is stopping them taking a cut of that market, which currently they get nothing for. The other source of confusion is the fees for second-hand games. So to take a cut, Sony and Microsoft want to charge a fee on top of the price of the second-hand game for actually activating it on another Xbox or PlayStation. Now what this means is if you take a game round to your friend's house, he would have to pay a fee to actually play it on his Xbox. Now of course you could get around that by just taking your Xbox over to your friend's house and just playing it that way. Then he doesn't have to pay a fee. But that's how Microsoft and Sony are taking a cut of the market. Second-hand games undoubtedly will be more expensive, but you won't have to pay sort of two fees. You probably won't even notice it if you didn't know about this extra fee, because companies like GameStop are just going to include the price of activation with the price of the second-hand game. So it'll just be one price you pay when you go into GameStop. You will pay more just because the new games take more development costs to actually make, so it'll perhaps be $70 for a next generation game. In fact, I'd be very surprised if there wasn't a $10 increase at least on the price of next generation video games. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you're all looking forward to the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4. Apparently you're going to get achievements now for watching TV on the Xbox One as well, so you'll be able to get the Put Your Tits Away award whenever Daenerys Targaryen appears. She just don't care. If you could leave me a comment or rating, it's much appreciated, and I'll see you guys in the next chapter.